Good evening, this is Nerdist a Human, and welcome back to Empire Total War. And you join me at Berlin, where last time we claimed victory. Damn it! It was we had the repeat of Hanover, of course, and then had to swing through these territories. Swing through we did, and the only issue now, one turn on, is Austria, because I did declare last time that we were going to be looking for Pax Sweden, Pax Swedana. I don't know. Anyway, we're trying to look for a peaceful, enlightened Scandi solution to the world's problems. And to do that, we need to not be at war with the Austrians. Now, is this going to be the finale, or is there going to be at least one more? I don't know. We'll have to see if these guys drag it out or not. I am very much planning to, yes, build things up from here, maybe show off a couple things later on into the game, but for the time being, Austria are annoying, so we'll see where the direction of this particular episode goes. In general, my plan, though, is to settle things down. Maybe I need to punch this guy in the nose first, but in general, we should be fine. So, over here in Dresden, I had to reinforce with some of the forces from Berlin just to make sure this army here couldn't march straight in. I suspect we'll be fine with 5 of the units and some provincial cav. Berlin itself is a little bit more settled. Got it down to 0, feeling neutral, in part because they burnt down this lovely classical university. I could destroy it, but it's a classical university and I don't have anything this good, so I think we're going to keep it and just try and fix up our problems. It won't last for that long. It'll be fine in time, to be honest. So as we deal with that problem, Austria could be a little bit annoying. Hopefully we can get peace. Now, they are our only war, of course. You might call me a warmonger, but yeah, we only have one enemy because we've wiped the others off the map. But our map is looking very, very beautiful and actually mostly pretty green. The Italians seem to hate us, as do the Austrians and the Russians and the Spanish. But there's quite a lot of green and quite a lot of almost green. It's not too bad, to be honest. On the note of the map, we should probably take this opportunity to have a little look because, yes, the Crimean Khanate down to the south, who are perfectly relaxed with me, have, for some reason, got themselves up to the Ural Mountains over here with Ufa. So they're having a fun time with the Russians. There are actually some rebels over there that the Russians have not dealt with or rebelled. I'm not sure. I've never really looked that far across the map. So Russia not having everything go their own way, albeit, yeah, they obviously have been working this direction, albeit, yeah, not Georgia just yet. As for the Dutch, now, they have taken Brussels off the Spanish. This might well have happened quite a while ago, but I don't know that I've actually commented on it. So, yes, they are looking pretty solid and obviously no longer my allies. I think they are actually still allies with Austria. Yeah, they didn't join in the war on either side because we're allies of both, but they did side with them, which is a bit unfortunate. As for the Spanish, they still have Milan and Lombardy down in the south. Milan and Lombardy, that's the same thing, Thomas. Yes, they have Milan and Naples, so they still have some of their scattered islands and old holdings. It's just, yeah, that Dutch holding up in the north that they have lost, or the Belgian one, I should probably say. But there we are. Tunis is Savoy at this point. We have Algiers being French, and we have Morocco, Tangier over here being Spanish. So, yeah, the Barbary States mostly being booted out at this stage. We're just Tripoli left going. Nice to St. John. I wouldn't say going strong, but they're still going, and that's decent enough, I suppose. Now, okay, Austria have Zagreb over here, so that's intriguing. In theory, they could get some boats out. That's something that I need to bear in mind, actually, and something I should probably have a look at around the map. I'd quite like Zagreb to fall to anyone, and quite frankly, probably the Ottomans would be ideal. Ideally, to be honest, they just wouldn't exist. But we've done a genocide. We're mostly done with the genocide stuff at this point. So I'm going to send my rake out, and we'll have a little nose around. So I will just have a little check about some of this trade stuff. So along here, how much Austria is there? There's 500 odd going to Austria. It seems to be mainly, though, coming from trade partners. I don't believe they actually have anything out at the seas. Doesn't look like it. So yeah, any trade is just connecting to the outside world, and it's not actually got Yeah, they haven't got any boats out. That's good to know, but I might need to potentially deal with that in time. I have a ship here, by the way, Thomas. How long is that? I think they got interrupted a long time ago. Well, that's slightly embarrassing. Off to West Africa with you. A bit of an unfortunate development here on the end turn. We've got the French declaring war. I'm not really sure why they bothered. Thank God the Spanish didn't join in. Okay, they were standing on my Hanover border, which is intriguing, but they haven't actually launched an attack. I did get some reinforcements in there from Berlin, so that's a bit of a problem. With that declaration of war, of course, we are going to lose our trade agreement with France, and more importantly, there are, going to be issues with our trade going forward, aren't there? I've been sending tons and tons of Indiamen out to the seas. We're getting more and more lovely fisheries, which is great news, and new towns as well. Yeah, so a huge pile of Indiamen are joining up with my fleet, which is excellent. But it isn't excellent if we have to go past, and all of our trade needs to go past French ports. So this could be problematic. On that note, I think I already have a pile of boats going right past. Yes, right at Brest right now. It's interesting. There's an army there. There's not a navy. Now, they don't actually have a huge amount on the sea here. So they have Le Havre over in the north. That's fine. So that's one. That's two. They don't have a huge amount though, not as many as you might think anyway. They do have another one over here in Algiers. Now the thing is, how much trade is going along all of this? There are potentially not as many French fleets as I might think. There is some French trade going along here. We will just go here, and I guess we'll intercept their trade as we can. This is the sloop escort along with some Indiamen. But I might have to start getting slightly more aggressive with my fleet up here, just to make sure that we deal with this issue. So I'm going to leave. Yeah, good. Trade route raided. That's exactly what we want to see. We might have to start thinking about our boats just a little bit more. Okay, this sloop can just stay here, but the rest of us are going to join together. I know these are the Indiamen, but we're just going to escort them for the time being with the flagships. Yeah, the 5th rates and 6th rates that we have. We are not greatly advanced on naval tech. Haven't seen it as a huge priority. But we are, for the time at least, not seeing many French fleets around. And this one is at least doing a bit of pirating of their trade, which is grand. Now, no. The other thing with the French, of course, is while I wasn't planning on any more invading, I know, I wasn't going to do any more invading. But the French are right here. Can't have them right here on Martinique, on the Windward Isles. No. They also have Cayenne down here in French Guiana. Might have to deal with that one in time as well. Can't be having all this trade going through. So we have ourselves an army over here, which we never completely got rid of, which is ideal for this particular moment. So get all our men onto the boat. Excellent. And their port is down there. So does that mean we need to go through here? Drop the men off at the port here? I guess so. And then we should be able to walk from there or something like that. So disembark. And from there, our army should be able to do that. We cannot. I think we've run out of movement points. In theory, we should have just been able to do that. So that's a shame. We can't actually rifle our way straight over there. But if nothing else, we're in their trading port already. So if they're going to declare war with us, we'll at least give them a bloody nose. They don't seem to be trading from down here, which is very interesting. Yeah, there's no trading going on from this area whatsoever. As for the rest of the French territories, they obviously have more stuff up north. They have New Orleans over here. Yes, they have Lower Louisiana, of course. And as in the north, they do a few things. Yeah, they have Newfoundland as well. So I need to keep a close eye on boats, but I haven't seen many French around so far, so maybe it'll be okay. Meanwhile, I can't help but notice that Stuttgart seems to be a burning wreck and does say Austria next to it. That is of interest. Austrians are spreading westward, unless that was theirs for a long time. I never noticed, but yeah, Bavaria's in between, so I don't think that's the case. Or did they just take it off then? Because was that part of Bavaria? I don't even know that I figured that one out, but yeah, they're right on the board, the Bavarians, and these Austrians need to go down. So we're going to finally have an actual battle with them. Maybe they'll deal some actual peace after we punch them in the face. So it's a bit of a ragtag force here, not the most experienced, as some of them do have experience, but a few fairly fresh lads as well. Those like Dragoons are fresh recruits. I think they'll make a good difference. Now they do have some of these Pandors, which are, yes, the irregular mob. Range of 90 is very noticeable. They've got better range than us, so there we are. And yeah, they're line infantry. They've got some batterings on them actually. They've taken some damage already. Intriguing. Let's head on in with a brand new general. Let's see if we can smash the face of the Austrians. Austria, Austria, Austria. Well, they did have themselves a bit of a hill, but aside from that, I'm fairly happy with all this. How we're set up here. They themselves a cannon over on this flank, which is ideal to be honest, because we're going to go immediately attack that position. For some reason, they are actually running away. Oh, we've got some great splats in there immediately. It looks like actually that was just the shadow of this bush. But it certainly looked like we got a hit in, but we seem to have missed, which is unfortunate. We are sending the Dragoons in over to the flank here. Of course, these are the light Dragoons, so they're going to be thoroughly effective at taking out these guys. So we'll get these guys to stop in a moment. They are not facing the right way to deal with our Dragoons, so yeah, just see if you can get shots in. That'll be fine. If you don't, we can just let them run into our troops. I don't mind about that. So okay, while they're reorganising quickly, we want to try and shoot these guys if at all possible. Oh no, they're actually charging back at us. That's a bit irritating. Okay, get all you guys into them. Make sure that we clear out those cav to start with. It's a bit of a shame, a bit of a waste of a few Dragoons, but we have a big advantage in terms of numbers here. We should be able to deal with him. 25. They are slightly better in the melee, mind you. Just run through them. Just run through them. We'll have these guys soon enough running away. Steady, steady, steady. Swing back in. Okay, we've got some general cannon fire going on, which is fine by me. I don't really mind about that. This battle, though, just needs to get done. The first cavalry are wavering now, and the second provincial cav are coming in, and they've broken just at that exact moment. That's perfect. Okay, light Dragoons are taking much more damage than I'd like. I'm just going to pull them back, to be honest, because we can shoot them, which is always lovely when you have that advantage on the horse, which is what I was planning to do with the first set of guys. So, if you can, go off melee, take some shots if at all possible. We should have a shot. Are you going to shoot? Don't seem to want to do it. They can't make up their minds. I think they're turning around. There we are. They want to be in position. So that's fine. A couple of their own lads might get shot because they're caught up in all this, but the gunfire should clear them out pretty well. Yeah, they don't like any of that. That's beautiful. They're not pleased. They're broken. Good. Now we can charge on him. These guys are a little bit too close, but actually, if they want to be in that position, we should still be able to get a shot in when they're out of range. There we go, just start shooting them. They're out of range. These guys are way in range, so get out of there right now, you lunatics. They are... Ooh, okay, they're a little bit closer than they need to be. Get out of there. Get out of there. Right, well, they are getting some shots there. They've got their artillery in front of them, which seems like a bit of a mad strategy, but it's actually working surprisingly well for them. Unfortunately, they love to get themselves set up exactly as they want, which is just terrible sometimes. They're wavering. Yeah, they'd love to charge as well. Stop charging forward. They're broken. They're out in. That's fine. Get out of there, sir. You don't need to do any more fighting. We'll get some provincial cav around the side just to make sure we can mop them up if they want to come back. But might be fine now to start thinking about cannon blasting and eventually moving forward. As they come into our lines, then we're getting some great shots in. We're getting the surround as well. The irregulars over there need to be dealt with, so we'll just turn around and shoot them. Provincials, just stay out of it for a moment. We'll get in behind. Yeah, you're now in the wrong position, provincials. It's fine. Those guys are shaken. That's the main thing. They just need to be dealt with. General is somewhere back there, causing some annoyances. These guys are doing some shooting. Yeah, we're going to charge them with the cav now. That's absolutely fine. We're going to have a bit of a gunfight in various positions, but we'll have them taken out before too long. Cast a shot on those guys where at all possible. Thank you very much. And these guys are now coming into the fight. Those cav are hidden in the forest for the time being. There's some irregulars. Let's just charge them down. We had this little cliff to protect us for a few moments, but eventually they'll be in a position to cause us problems. Get those provincial cav out of there. You, however, yeah, that's fine. Don't start running away. You need to... There's no need to rout. You're in a good position here, lads. Okay. Cannon, cannon, cannon. I can't quite shoot them. You get into that position. That would be perfect. At this stage, these guys are... They're going to get run down. That's no bother to me. Unfortunately, the light dragoons are running, even though they're cav and they're completely safe. Utter numpties. But it's fine. These guys can mop them up, and you can just shoot down the general. You get into these guys. You know what, the general's just a tiny bit dangerous for a moment, but we do have more men just to start moving forward. Yeah, you know what, let's do that. Let's get these guys moving forward, and we can just start getting the finish off and the surrounding. These guys are going to get them dealt with. Yeah, there we are. Light Dragoons once again doing some excellent work. Their general doesn't know what to do. He's trying to support his troops, but Light Dragoons just getting shots in the rear. It's not looking nice for him. And yeah, they are thinking about the charge. Some lovely, lovely white stallions, sir, but they're about to be gunned down. So do we have another round? Not quite in time. Not quite in time for another round. That's unfortunate. Mob these guys up as much as possible. We do have some line infantry back there, so let's just make sure that we're in position to deal with them if that situation occurs. There goes the general. I'm going to send my general after him at this stage. That'd be fine. You guys just, yeah, just limber up. Let's just make sure you don't do anything stupid to annoy me. At this stage, actually, no, don't do that. Don't do that. You get over here, shoot him in the back. And that should be your lot, pretty much. There's the one unit over there. He is not involved in this battle. Just get the cav running after people. That'd be perfect. And eventually we'll mop up these two units who are still standing and fighting. Victory is ours. It's time to simply run them all down. I think the general's doing a bit of work over there. Yeah, there's one more unit of cav. Mop them all up. That's a pretty tidy victory. A nice little encounter there. Then 211 loss for us, 631 for them. And if you're interested in the battle statistics, here you are. I think the main thing really is these light dragoons are doing some nice work tactically, if nothing else. This guy did a huge amount of work. That guy, a little bit more battered, but I like the skirmishing. Certainly very effective in the early stages of the battles. Okay, so with that we can head back towards Dresden. Prague potentially just a tiny bit vulnerable. In the meantime here, I really need to get these guys fixed up. I have not been spending the money on that, so yeah, we'll get all that sorted out since we've got a few more war situations happening. And yeah, potentially time to consider, particularly the French problem, what we're going to do. Although I can't help but notice there is a massive United Provinces army right outside Paris. I'm not sure how empty it is, but please just go and take it. I have good news and bad news. The good news is we found the French fleet. The bad news is it has quite a lot of ships and it also has an army. Not a very big army, but I kind of forgot Reykjavik existed, so this army is not going to do very well. I think we've lost it, to be honest. Now, okay, I was thinking about how we could potentially try and save it, and I did a turn back, get a few troops, but yeah, they've arrived immediately, so that's not going to happen. There are a few troops over here, but I suspect they're not going to arrive in time, and there's not much point of me worrying about it, so yeah, I think they can head back over there. If we head back to the Americas, pretty good point to remember, yeah, they have Newfoundland right here, so hardly surprising that Iceland was going to be under attack with all these French holdings, but I kind of, as I say, forgot it existed. But what I haven't forgotten about is Martinique. So into Martinique we go. And to be honest, I suspect demanding surrender will be absolutely fine on this occasion. So we'll get this fixed up. We'll get the port dealt with too. That is magnificent. And to be honest, they haven't built a large sugar plantation. I think we'll go and build that. So that's nice. If I'm honest, I'll quite happily trade Martinique for Reykjavik for now. And obviously there is one more for us left to go and take. So we can't make it this turn, so we won't worry about it now. But down here, oh yeah, in Cayenne, there's a lovely, lovely sort of gold mines. And there's no building there. How stupid of them. Well, we'll go take that soon enough. But Okay, the French blocking my trade could be a big, big problem, actually, because how much when we come back to this part of the world is going through this trade? 12,000. 12,000. I think we're at war with England, though. They're with Great Britain, so if they're at war with Great Britain, they are indeed, along with many others. Yeah, United Provinces and Great Britain are at war with France. Why do they start a war with me as well? That should mean that my ships are going to be fairly safe. I've got these guys currently being escorted. I actually sent back the couple I had just to make sure that, yeah, we escort them as much as we can right now. It does mean potentially the fleet over there could come in this direction and cause me trouble. So I'll probably send them off on their own merry way soon enough, maybe with just a sloop or something. But you got to keep an eye on the French. They could be awkward yet, but yeah, the Dutch will go for Paris yet. They did have their army floating around. I don't know where it's gone, but opportunities ahoy. In they come then, and 2 sets of cannons. They have 2 line infantry and 1 cav, so we really have no advantage whatsoever. Other than, I guess there are some buildings, but they can just blast them to smithereens. So I'm just going to go get people to run into these buildings and get our line infantry just to stand in the street. My only real chance, I guess, is if my cavalry can pull off some kind of manoeuvre. To do that, we're going to have to figure this out. So yeah, these guys are going to slowly walk in that direction. If we can distract people long enough. Was it St. Petersburg at the start where we had ourselves a pretty long and ridiculous siege defence that we got away with? This will have to be something like that, but probably more ridiculous yet. Interestingly, these cannons haven't shot at all yet. I don't know if we're just out of sight in the buildings or what, but at the very least our cavalry are charging on in to hopefully take them down. These cannons are not reacting either, so that's a good start, I would say. Yep, get on top of these guys immediately. They're not happy about that. 14 and going down. Over here, we've shot down their horses as they've arrived. That's a good early engagement for us. Now, these guys are coming in. They're a big problem, but we have ourselves the building here. This is key. We've got building here, we've got building here, and we've got building here. So we want to just trap them in a bit of a kill zone. So these guys are largely going down. That's good. I think they're quite broken yet, but we're just going to get on the next guys and make sure that we have cleared those out as much as possible. Take out the cannons. I'll be feeling much happy about this. Their other regiment of the Estrange. Yes, the Estranged lads over there are coming in, and they are presumably about to be in range. So get yourselves way out of there, quick, before they start gunning you down. Apparently we haven't killed any of them, but we have at least distracted them. Their cav's coming back as well. That's probably good news, actually. It means that we can take on these guys in a pretty relaxed fashion. That's what we want to see. Okay, you get on with them, and hopefully they get very confused here. Just charge through those horses. At least get yourself out of the peril for now, because they're chasing after you, lads. Must keep a close eye on this battle, and the cavalry are trying to get flanking manoeuvre in. These line infantry are in a very strange position right now. But if we get ourselves turned around to deal with a potential cav poke, okay, they're not going for it now. Tell you what, lads. I'll tell you what. If we can get the opportunity to just get a shot in at them, I'd very much like to take it. They're starting to move again. Okay, they're getting themselves shot. Get ourselves in position to go and gun them down. Quickly. The cav are somewhere out in the distance. Get them back in here. Okay, you guys, if you've got a shot, take it, please. They're right there. Please don't muck around and get in position. Just shoot them. They're right here. We can take these guys out. We might actually have a chance to hold on to this. I pretty much decided we'd lost this battle, but it's a good start. The cavalry are now wavering. And if we come up with a cav with our cav, actually, that'd be very nice indeed. The other infantry are way out of position, which is what we want to see. They're wavering. Yeah, get our cav over here. Get our cav into them. They're a long way away, but, you know, we might be able to do something good here. They're steady, but 23 of them. They're not in great shape for us to charge into them here. Hopefully this is not what they wanted as they were trying to escape. We are now very, very tired. We're exhausted. It's a bit of a shame, but we should at the very least get them broken. Come on. Break them. You don't need to be chasing them down anymore. You just need to wait in a sensible position. We really want to take these guys on, actually, while the other unit isn't here. Would be nice, wouldn't it? Okay, well, let's just make sure that cavalry fights okay first and foremost. Just get them into a better position. Our cavalry is fighting them. They're battering us now. That's a bit annoying. The exhaustion is clearly slightly problematic. We should be winning that, but no, we're wavering. Just pull yourself out of there for a moment. Don't run away completely. You've got men covering you back here. Just pull them in. Ugh. Yeah, they're going to go, aren't they? It's really irritating. We've got so much here, but no general. It's just not going to work for us. Could have got myself a general here. Really probably should have, actually, shouldn't I? Oh, well, not really going to be worth it when you think you're going to lose. Get yourself cavalry way beyond all of that. We're going to start getting them shot by the buildings, which is what we want to see. They're unfortunately running this side, which is really bad because they're going to get shot down by those lads as well. But we still have a chance as they come on in. Shoot them down straight for our own lads. Hopefully the friendly fire isn't too bad. Can you just do what I've asked you to? Get out of there. Shaken. Just get behind the lines, lads. These guys are just wandering into range. They'll still have this building to support us. But I'm a bit concerned that they've got their 2 units together. This could be problematic. The cavalry got themselves a bit exhausted by leading them away, but this unit has at least had a few small pokes to it while taking out this building here. So hopefully these guys are, yeah, they're exhausted as they come in. Only steady. Can we get some nice shots in to whittle them down? I hope so. Next line, whoever can shoot will shoot. I'm not sure we're making much damage here. This unit is now in between a couple buildings, and hopefully with a cavalry charge in the flank, they're not going to be too happy about their life. It's going to be the slowest, most exhausted cavalry charge ever going. But they're wavering. They're broken. Oh my days, they're broken. We might actually have a good chance to win this. They got stuck between a couple of buildings. Cav, you need to chase them down as much as possible. Get in position, and these guys are lovely. Lovely stuff. Just get yourself into that position, and if the Cav can deal with as much of this as possible right now, that would be absolutely marvellous. And these men do have themselves a shot into the back of them. They're shaken, but nothing too much more right now. Wavering. Oh, that's good. They're wavering. Cavalry just going to make sure these guys are gone. They're just working their way around this unit. Steady. They're going to slaughter if they start shooting this way, but we have them being shot from that direction. So either way, they're getting shot in the back one way or another. This might just work for us. They are losing slightly, which is amazing news. The cannons in theory could cause these guys problems. Maybe we just need to get the cavalry into them. They are shattered anyway, so keep shooting them in the back. We're going to get the cavalry around, and hopefully that might just win it. And even if we need to mop up some cannon, I think we might somehow hold on to Reykjavik. In comes the charge, and it's a very slow charge once again, but are we going to manage to break them? Wavering. Wavering, wavering. Get the Cav out of there. Don't want anything. Just shake him. Just get out of there, Cav. That is absolutely fine. Cavalry needs to go and deal with these guys once again. You keep shooting them. This should be a really good opportunity to get some extra shots in. You broke because all you need to do is you're on a horse. Just get out of the way. That's a numpties. These guys are broken, but they're not shattered. We've still got them. But it's a bit irritating that they keep on letting us down. This unit are down to 57 now. That's half of them gone. And yeah, while we are taking some damage to these militia, they're certainly doing a decent enough job. We've killed more than half of them at this point, and that is excellent news. These guys, I don't kind of get too much closer, but they are now wavering again. They're wavering. And if we can get these gone, that will be somehow the victory. I don't know how we're going to pull it off, but I think we might just do it. You can see here the guys in the back are falling down as my line infantry shoot them in the rear. Shame for them, they can't... Oh, they're broken! They can't figure out a way to... They don't know how to escape either. Excellent stuff. We'll keep shooting them down. The cavalry, unfortunately, have completely gone. What's my only way of dealing with them now? I've got to chase them down, haven't I? As much as possible. Yeah, chase them down. We just need to make sure we're close enough to them to make sure they're not going to escape. Let's take this unit out of that far building that hasn't been useful yet. And we're going to need them to get in this direction and just finish this off. But if we can stop these guys from coming back together, in fact, we actually outnumber them now. We actually outnumber them. So let's charge them down, and hopefully the cannon aren't going to offer anything else. Not quite sure what's happened to these cannons here today. I mean, obviously we charged down one of the units at the start and kind of left them unable to do anything. The second unit, I don't know if it just didn't have a good angle on anything. But they're now gone, and what is it, this one over here? Yeah, chase them down. I think we're actually going to have victory. I don't know how we've managed to put it off, but we're going to keep Reykjavik under our control. And those reinforcements that I was sending... Oh yeah, I probably should send them now, actually. Hopefully they'll be fine. The Firelock around him. How did he manage that? They're shattered and leave. Oh, for Pete's sake. Come on, Empire, get your act together. Well, officially we do have close victory. No idea how we managed that, other than cannons not really doing anything. They did clear out the Firelock at the end, one of the 2 units. But we've taken them out and, well, okay, they're still on the island, even though they have a whole fleet waiting right there for them. But okay, you do you. Well, as we send our units back to go and support Iceland on this occasion, although do bear in mind there is a massive fleet. I'm going to have to be careful about how I get these guys there. But some light dragoons will give me a nice angle on anyone that does turn up. That'll certainly be an effective unit to use. So get yourselves onto the boat. It is just a single boat here. It's just a sloop. So do we not happen to that French fleet, by the way? It's still there. Okay, if it's still there, then I feel confident enough for the time being. We're going to try and sneak up to our port. I don't mind if the boat goes down, as long as the troops get to land. That'll be fine. As you can see here on the building constructed, we actually have been reinvesting in the fur market, which is excellent news. But if I haven't noticed, everyone is now dead, which isn't great. It presumably I'd be quite suspicious about that, to be honest, although looks like we're actually not doing too bad as a result of that. So, okay, it's fine. People died, new people were there. It's fine. It's an absolute monarchy. We just boot them out when we like anyway. So in Iceland, we do have ourselves another unit on militia, which is good. So we have something here. Retrain what we can. Yes, he's actually got rehealed on the end turn. So this guy can't do anything. I don't know what else they've got in North America, but with those extra 4 units, a bit of Firelock to hold the buildings and things, I think we'll be potentially okay in that part of the world. Now, the other plan, of course, is to go and take this army, just take away you. Yeah, get on the boat, please, sir. And you might as well, all of you, head down to the next set of islands, because we have ourselves more French territory, and if it has gold on it, then I certainly want it, baby. So get yourselves over here, and can we get ourselves landing over at this trade port right now? I think we can. And while that takes an hour to do that, bit of trade gain, Subterfuge when spine, not too interested. And the new town over in Belarus, we'll go and sort that one out in a minute. So lovely stuff. Can we embark our men? Indeed we can. And these men need to just go and attack the town. Oh, we can do it right now. Excellent. We're going to demand surrender. No, we're not actually, because I want to take these guys out. So some mounted tribal auxiliary missile cav. Very nice indeed. Basically kind of like a light dragoon style unit. Yeah, it'd be nice to hire some of them down here. You do get some slightly different recruits in different parts of the world, so we might well find that we have some different options as well. So mounted tribal auxiliary, some colonial militia, some Firelock on situation. Frankly, we have brought plenty to this party. Let's it in. And before the battle's even begun, these cavalry are pretty much already dead. Lovely, they're down to half, and they're probably just about in range at this point, but fortunately for them, yeah, they did not bring cannon to the fight, and I totally did. So we'll get these guys to maybe stick on canister, actually, to shoot into. Actually, no, shoot into the colonial militia, that would be grand. You'd think they might charge a little bit quicker. They are quite shiny, aren't they? That's quite blinding. My days, sir. Easy targets, we'll say that much, yes? I don't know how... Oh, I was about to say, don't know how you survived, but he didn't. He was very, very dead. And now they're giving up. There we go. Excellent stuff. Down goes the general, and the French are not putting up much of a fight here. We've also got, yeah, line infantry with, yeah, fire by rank, which I don't think colonial militia and the... the French are not going to last very long in this battle. This is magnificent stuff. Oh, it's great being back in their colonies and gunning down far technologically weaker troops. Weirdly though, they're French. You should be better than this, lads. And we lost all of 4 men. Excellent news. And yes, this whole plan of, what was it? Pax Swedana. That's not really happening, is it? Nope. No. But only because they started the war, damn it. Unfortunately, this is going to make everyone else dislike us even more than they already do. They're down to indifferent. Might actually spend some money sending some gifts because, yeah, this isn't... I really need the United Provinces and Great Britain to not be declaring war on me, so let's make sure we don't do any more territorial expansion. To be honest, I'd quite happily just a peace if they'll darn take it. So maybe France, maybe it's time to discuss some peace. No, they feel insulted. With a huge amount of diplomacy and tech trading, not only do we actually have a trade agreement with the Russians now, which is strange, some positivity with them, but we also have a big bucket load of money, some of which have been giving state gifts to the British to try and keep them on side, and I'll likely do the same for some of our friends very, very soon. But I think Classical University could be very, very helpful for us, so I think we'll be doing that. I believe the other university got burnt down over here in Magdeburg, so we'll immediately fix those two up because that should be a good source of money going forward by simply selling more tech. Yay! Being careful to try and avoid selling tech such as fire by rank. I think I sold it to the Ottomans just to maybe try and keep Maratha away, but you know what, I got some money for it, so we'll take it. But as for the other money, well, I think we can maybe finally fix up a couple of those things that were burning down for a long time. Bavaria and Austria, by the way, not doing anything. Bavaria are at peace, but Austria won't take peace, but there's really no war going on either, so I'll take it. A few turns on, and the reinforcements have arrived up in Iceland. This howitzer, light dragoon, but line infantry and grenadiers will make a big difference. They'll have to really put in a good amount of forces to come and take this off us now. Obviously, it's not the best defended thing in the world, but I really don't think they're going to have a huge amount of force up in North America. I think they just fancy their chances with this, and sadly they failed. Well, not sadly, sad for them, they failed to take it. On the note of the Americas, I haven't seen much of the French in terms of retaliating here. They actually have no trade coming from, there's a small bit from here. There's a very small amount of trade for them, but not an awful lot, not much for me to really deal with. I'm just making sure though that I get myself some Indiamen in all of my lovely trade ports over in this part of the world, and we do have plenty more in terms of that coming. These guys are being escorting. Not quite sure if I'm going to follow them any further at this point of the turn. I've just sent them this far, but yes, more importantly, a load of technologies just completed over in Karlstad. We've completed diamond formation in Smolensk, government by consent, and Uppsala division of labour, and that certainly does give me a few options actually. Quite a lot of my new warehouses can be underway. That does mean that we need to start thinking about what's next. I really want to get to the light infantry doctrine. That will give us some upgrades realistically. So, Uppsala, you're our strongest one. Karlstad, you go to fire and advanced. You go to reorganised procurement, and that would be marvellous. Smolensk, you need to figure out what you're doing, so I need to decide really which of these sort of directions I'm going. I think we're already working on the coke blast furnace, but as you can see, we've done some quite good work at getting most of this stuff completed. Magdeburg, you're supposed to be doing something as well. You should be on the steam pump actually, so let's get that bit more of the drainage system going. We'll make sure we keep the north of Europe growing, damn it, but we're going to be mostly done with those techs before too long. Then we can start focusing on something else. Dense is on with that, and that's pretty much all of our schools, but we are upgrading to classical universities in a number of places now, which is certainly going to be positive. In Europe, by the way, things are, I would say, not so much at stalemate so much as just a Cold War. Nothing is happening. I've just got spies around keeping a close eye on what's going on. And we'll take a closer look at this Austrian-French border, because this is an intriguing one. The French haven't been stabbed here by the Dutch, but I could see that coming in the near future. On the note of having some problems actually, I was going to get myself a 4-freight ship of the line. That's a lot of money, but it could be a good idea just to get myself 1 or 2 more ships out. So I'm going to go and build that over in St. Petersburg. But otherwise, most of the money is just going to go into more and more investments. And I think, yeah, some of those tech increases might have just made a big difference. Yeah, Classical University, 3 turns away in Stockholm. Turns out the French fleet is over the west coast of Africa, which is a little bit concerning because I do have a number of Indiamen there. And actually have quite a few ships coming here next turn. So just slightly concerning. We will go and swing over to Brazil in the meantime. And as for more of these ships, we do at least have one French ship which we can catch out in the middle of the ocean here. So we're going to get this guy over in this direction, join him up. This guy was just dealing with some of this trade stuff here, but we might as well get these ships together and deal with the Frenchies. You can also see over here, by the way, that yes, Morocco has joined the game. Persia has jumped back into the game. Not sure how long that will last, but certainly we have ourselves some better opportunities. Now, in terms of the French, I'm really struggling to actually get any peace to happen whatsoever. I can offer money quite frequently, but they are just not having it at all. There, have things. That was actually, I think I was demanding of them. Oops. They'll definitely be more likely if I'm the one offering the money. Look, I'm going to offer you 3,000 and I'm going to give you the wedge formation because it's not really that important. Just massively insulted. There's nothing we can do to even get them even to consider it, which is annoying because the fleet's going to start causing us a lot of economic hardships. So does that mean we might need to actually take some of their ships over? I don't know, because there's a second-rate ship of the line over here, Mont Blanc, which is a bit concerning. The British don't seem to be sinking them. Maybe at the least what I need to do is draw them into me. Maybe, just maybe, I don't know. There's a 4-rate ship of the line here, but that's nothing compared to what they can offer. So I'm going to send you over there towards Skagen and we'll just keep an eye on our straits. But the French are potentially going to be very, very annoying. I just want peace and money. What is your problem? Let's go capture him. In we go then against a big old mighty 4-rate. It'd be lovely to join this to our fleet. But first of all, we're going to have to deal with a fair few bits of cannon. My days, yeah. Swing him around immediately. Swing him around. No, you over there. You over there. And hopefully the sloop over here can deal with this. But okay, they are turning a little bit as well. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. So in we swing, and a bit more of that kind of stuff would be lovely. Losing slightly, I hope so. We got 4 ships absolutely gaining him from all angles. I want the sloop to be fairly careful. Yeah, you're already wavering. That's fine, Sloopy. You get yourself out of there. But the rest of us, we need to try and get ourselves in a good shot. You get some chain shot in a moment. Concerned. Yeah, I hope you're concerned. You are getting in the way, actually, if anything, sir. Stay somewhere near, but we're going to see if we can hunt him down. He's increasingly shaken here, and you can see he's getting more and more battered as we go along. I've changed over to some grape shot just to try and lower that morale even more. They've lost a good 40 or so troops at this point. Come on. Come and die to a lovely, lovely grape shot. Must be coming in soon. Here we go. Splatty, splatty, go there, men. Oh, lovely stuff. Okay, these two are just blasting at each other, and we are... There's the flagship. We need to just be a little bit careful with that. You know what? I actually will just get him just to start twisting just a little bit. We need to get onto our other side, because that hull... Oh, there we are. Continue. Let's take him down. They've given me victory. My sloop did manage to sink from its one encounter. But yes, we will add it to the fleet. So at least we gained ourselves a 4-rate, and our sloop can sink instead. As the turns tick by, we are finding the Austrians are being a little bit more annoying again. They're just burning down a couple of our small towns in the Warsaw district. So Prague over here, we're just going to posture this army towards their border. Not really the best force in the world. It's some of our more experienced lads. I left the less experienced chaps back looking after some of the other territories. Berlin did need a small rebellion to be burnt to the ground, so there's a bit of a military crackdown over there. Don't worry about that, it's fine. Some of our industrial techs are starting to cause some problems though. Sweden isn't particularly happy either, and I've actually just finally replaced the extra college there to turn it into a coaching inn, because we really do need to start getting that under some control, because more and more of our towns, even St. Petersburg over there is starting to be a little bit problematic. So we are having to reconsider what's going on here as we grow our universities and get more industrialized. That does cause all sorts of public order problems. However, the more immediate thing is to try and deal with the French and the Austrians. Now, the Austrians I'm not so worried about. They have very, very limited sea capacity with only their one port down here. And to be honest, their armies, whilst potentially threatening, well, I have myself scattered across the border here. Problem is, I can't really bring together a bigger army without it costing me a huge amount, because there's always the potential of them attacking any of this ring of things. And I do need troops back in Hanover to deal with the ex-allies over here, who I don't feel threatened by, but I don't necessarily trust either. On the note of the Austrians, though, and their sea power, I did just notice something out here. Oh, yes, it's a little Austrian fleet. It's the only Austrian fleet. Now, what I'm trying to do right now is gather together as many naval forces as I possibly can. So basically everywhere is just building what they can, because the French are a problem, and we're going to gather all of our fleet together down in Brazil and then launch attack on the French fleets. There was one that we had to flee from in the West Indies, and another one that we've found over in West Africa. It's causing us some trade problems at this stage, so we're going to go and capture as much as we can. Now, Indiaman sloop like galley, nothing that's going to help us too much in that war, but you know what, any numbers I will take. So into this little Austrian fleet, we'll happily take some tributes, and this is actually my decent set of ships, including one of my 4th rates. Lovely stuff. Ooh, they're badly battered already, so let's head on in and capture them. Look at how adorable it is. They have a light galley. Oh, it's so cute. So cute. It's absolutely tiny. As opposed to our brand new spanking 4th rate. Okay. And their sleepies now getting themselves in range. Bit of a strange formation from these chaps. We'll get you to swing around, Mr. Sit right and deal with him. We'll just try and cut him off, so we'll turn you around. Everyone else can continue forward and ever onwards towards these lads. There is one massive Indiaman. Of course, actually, they're surprisingly big. Not that surprising, considering they're supposed to be full of trade goods, but they kind of lack cannons, so we won't need to worry about him. In fact, most of this should be fairly easy, but we're going to get ourselves onto, just a chain shot to start with, and see if we can immobilise them. We are slower, so hopefully we'll manage to pull this off nonetheless. And the mast goes down on the galley. They're still confident, apparently. I'm not sure why. Get this guy to turn himself around. I would not want to be out in the middle of the ocean like this, but I guess plenty of other peoples have done that through history. Turn our Sosa boots. And I don't think that the Austrians have very much of a chance this fleet. I don't know why they sent them out of the Med, quite frankly. Utter numpties. And, ooh, they can't be happy with that situation. There are no masts left on him. You should have waited for this boat, but oh well. What's done is done. These guys are steady, but, it's fine, I suppose. Down we go then. Let's keep on finishing them off. Grape shot onto this lad, please. Down goes another ship, and we're down to the final boat. Excellent stuff. All of you, get in a position to deal with this laddie Jim. This is their Indiaman now, so a bit bigger, of course, but we should be able to outspeed him at the very least. So this is looking nice. As many ships as we can capture, I'll be happy with this. And the last ship surrenders. Excellent news. That is victory and glory. Somehow we've not sunk any of them, but we seem to have captured them. Heroic victory. I would certainly say that's what we want to see. So, nice to get the ship battles under control. Add the captured ships to the fleet. Although the light galley, do we want that, to be honest? Light galley, remove that. We can get 380 for it. That's something. Sorry, galley, but you just get to go to the bottom of the ocean. Okay, and with that, this can continue to head towards Brazil. I think we've run out of moving points. Yeah, pretty much. Actually, the whole idea was you can get there next turn. So yeah, get yourself over to Brazil. That'd be fine. And yeah, if you are on the direct connection, it should be 1 turn rather than 2. So I think we've just cocked that up. Oh well, it's fine. We've managed to capture those ships, so that's looking very good indeed. The French have like no ships around here, so what I could do, potentially, if I can deal with that second rate over in the port, in theory, I could start to cause some problems from them over here, and it might just cause them to stop blocking the trade routes. Speaking of the ships, here we go. A big pile of sloops. I actually have very little in terms of my actual production here, but we will grab what we can and get them over to the New World as quickly as possible. So these guys, get yourselves together and head down to South America. That's where we're sending everyone for the time being. And same thing over here, quite a lot of ships. Now they are, oh yes, and we do have a few others as well. So you get yourself towards the border. And we do have a number of other ships from these ports as well. Just to try and really make sure I've got as much as I possibly can together here. This last port probably can't quite reach. Can you reach? Oh, it can. That's nice. So we'll just send these guys all together in one fleet if at all possible. That would be lovely. So all of you head down to South America as well. And with that, hopefully we got as much force as we can in that part of the world. As for Austria, they are considering continuing to burn things, which is a little bit irritating. So I guess we're going to go over and burn their gold minefield over here, which does seem like a potentially sensible plan. I might just send some of these cannons along first. So join in with the cannons. You move over to there. And quite frankly, I think I'm going to actually recruit another unit or two here. So what do I want? Just another line infantry. And you know what? There aren't too many cannons this part. You actually don't have the best recruitment facilities, do you? Let's get some light dragoons and another. Do we want the 6-pounder horse artillery? Yes, we do. We'll get the horse artillery lads into the field. Don't want too many extra troops because that could be a problem in terms of our finances. But it is what it is. You might have to do something with it. So, our Navy, we're going to grab some of our 4th rates over here. Going to continue to get maybe one more out on the field. If we're capturing ships as well, that's kind of ideal. Then we can hopefully use their own ships against them. So yeah, get another 4th rate. That's a research. That's a research. Anytime you want, game. There we go. Excellent. Yeah, I've just turned this over to some of these things. So we've got, what is that? The grape shot being improved in 1 turn. 3 turns for the movement range for longitudinal watch. Magdeburg is working on lime juice and sauerkraut. Yes, we might be on the sauerkraut, I would imagine. We're not the British limeys. And we don't have too much access to lemon either, so I guess we'll just use sauerkraut. Naval administration. If I can do some trading for this stuff, I probably will. I've just moved it over. Smolensk is over to get us onto reorganised procurement, which will be marvellous. But I do need to bear in mind that is going to start costing me more in terms of money. But it does get me up to army board, which will finally get us to the light infantry doctrine. I'd like to see them at some point in this campaign, even if it's just at the very end of it. So we'll see where else I want to spend my money. Some great estates, because we do have selective breeding these days. And oh yes, I need to go deal with these lads again. In many ways this looks very familiar to Total War players. We do have ourselves a bridge, but it is actually on this occasion right next to the Red Line of Doom, with a second crossing over at the far side. What's very strange about it is, even though I don't have artillery, these guys are deciding to not defend the crossing. These guys were behind this wall. They seem to have realised that yeah, I have some men approaching. The cavalry are over on this side, and they're going to... Are you only going to respond to us now? It's interesting. You've got the light dragoons back here, so if they want to get gunned down, oh yeah, because we are perfectly positioned. So that's going to work very, very nicely for us. Let's look in at our light dragoons. Gun them down, lads. Anytime. Yes! Look at that. They're completely slaughtered. Oh, excellent. Yeah, get these guys on top of as well. And they're wavering steady. Shouldn't really be that steady, should they? But hey ho, it's kind of amusing. Get the light dragoons out for a moment, and we'll just see if we can pull them out for a bit of a poke. They're now wavering, as often happens when units start wangling around. Let's just get these guys to support. You just need to guard your position. And yeah, we got some shots of them. That's what I wanted to see. Those guys are now broken and routing. And hopefully we can get another shot in at these guys if we're lucky. If we're lucky. Okay, maybe we're not lucky. It's fine. You just keep chasing after them. And you guys face up to these guys. Oh, they're already wavering as well. That's perfect. And they're not happy. They're broken. Perfect. Chase them down. Chase them down. As for this nonsense... Okay. I think we've managed to get only one of us just in range, actually. I'm not even sure we're getting any shots in here. So, yeah, we are getting some shots in. It's fine. We'll just get us swinging around. Make sure we're in a hold position for that. Get yourselves away. I can see them behind the wall there. It's not the most terrible positioning, but it's also not very good either. They're shattered and they're gone. Okay, that's fine. You maybe just hang around. Maybe go hang around that forest there. We'll get the light dragoons into a sensible position while we come and finish off these guys. They are shaking at this stage. Should we go for a cavalry charge? We could actually. You know what? We've got a diamond formation. There's only about 19 of them, but they can do it. Yeah, why not? Why not? Get yourself in a diamond of some sort. It's basically the updated wedge. Ah, they're shattered. Oh well. You know what? We'll stop that. We'll find a better opportunity for that situation. You just run them down. But you can continue to do that formation as you run them down, but that's fine. Get us into the final unit. This should be fine. Get the light dragoons into the rear. And with that, they'll be absolutely obliterated. Let's get them into position. Yeah, they are wavering, as you might expect. They can shoot sometimes when they're running, but they can be a bit picky about it as well. There we are. Job done. And with that, we'll just... There we are. I think everyone got their last shot in. Go fire by Will. And we'll just finish them off. Lovely stuff. Another set of armies cleared out. Yeah, not quite the traditional bridge battle, but it was certainly easier as a result. At this stage, we are probably going to crash the sugar market, but let's not worry about that too much. In Brazil, we now have ourselves a number of our army. A lot of the Indiamen over here, of course, but they're starting to arrive, which is good news. It means that they're as safe as they possibly can be for the time being. The fleet that just smashed Austria will soon be here as well. And the Crimean Khanate have themselves a nice pile of ships. Well done to them. How lovely. Over in Europe, there are some key developments. Now, not so much of Austria. Don't need to care about them. But what's key to us is some of the research. We've just got a couple new things sorted out, like the grape shot. But 2 turns, 4 turns, 6 turns. And our naval tech is going to be increasing pretty darn quickly now. The sea battle with the French are coming. And more importantly, diplomatic relations are looking better. Not great, better. Britain, plus 21. You can see their territorial expansion down to minus 55. Only 55 minuses. Obviously, it's a lot more for the likes of French. I don't know if it gets doubled because I've specifically taken their territory. Because it's not so bad with Austria. I haven't taken any of their towns. That might be why. But yeah, things are slowly going down. I think that expansion was at 65 at some point. So I don't plan on taking anything else. I took a couple of those French islands over in America just because they were there and easy and undefended. And hopefully could have talked them into peace, but they're not taking it, unfortunately. These wars seem set to continue, but I'm quite happy with the status quo, as long as Austria don't burn down too much of my stuff. But I do think we'll probably have 1 or at most 2 more episodes of this, just to explore how the future goes in this grand old campaign. But I think next time we'll have a bit of a naval bonanza, see if we can smash up the French a little bit, and see if we can have some mischief at the end of this. There might be some silliness to go on. I'll have a think about what exactly we can do. But for now, I will leave you. I'm Thomas, Visitor Entertainment, and this has been Empire Total War. Thank you, and bye-bye. Send in the camels, those shiny, smelly camels. Oh, the anarchy loosed upon the world, apart from over here where we're kind of routed. Stupidity got us into this mess. Stupidity will get us out of it, damn it. We will have a last stand at some point. But it's not today.